A woman complains to her doctor.
My husband has completely lost interest in sex.
The doctor gives her some pills and says, when you want to, dissolve one tablet in soup and give it to your husband, and everything will be fine. The next day, the woman returns and says,
Thank you, doctor. I gave him not one but 2 tablets in the soup, and he just did that. During lunch on the table.
Oh, you must have been embarrassed?
Yes, terribly.
But we won't go to that restaurant anymore. In a private barber shop, there was a barber working with a young apprentice. One day, the apprentice said to his boss,
Lately, there's been this strange guy coming to our barber shop.
What kind of guy? Asked the barber.
Well, he comes every day after lunch, counts all the people in line, and then leaves. He's really weird. I think he'll be here again soon, said the apprentice.
You know what, the barber said, when he leaves, follow him discreetly, and then tell me what you find out. Sure enough, after some time, a well-dressed young man arrived and began counting everyone in the queue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then, he turned around and silently left. As instructed, the young apprentice discreetly followed him. After a while, he returned. The barber naturally asked,
So, tell me, what did that guy do when he left our shop? He bought a bouquet of flowers and went home.
Well, he's definitely crazy then, said the barber. No, he's not.
He went to your house.
The interviewer asks questions of the candidate during the job interview.
Why did you leave your previous job?
Due to tirement.
What kind of tirement?
I don't know, they just said they were very tired of me. Teacher in the classroom. Who considers themselves a fool, please stand up. Silence. At that moment, John stands up. Teacher asks, do you really consider yourself a fool? John answers, no, I just didn't want you to stand there alone. Husband calls his wife. Sweetheart, it's me. Please don't worry too much. So, I got hit by a car when I was leaving the office. Sarah helped me get to the hospital. The doctors have already examined me, done an X-ray, and a blood test. I have a concussion, but at least my skull isn't cracked. I've got a couple of broken ribs, a few deep wounds, and I might have to amputate my right leg. And wife's response.
What the hell, Sarah?
A call at the hotel reception.
Help, I had a fight with my wife in the room, and she says she wants to jump out of the window.
This is a private matter and has nothing to do with the administration. It does. What the hell, your windows don't open. There's a sad guy sitting at the bar, holding his head in his hands, with a full shot glass in front of him. Another bar patron walks by, sees that the guy isn't reacting to anything, and drinks the shot. The guy looks at the empty glass and says,
Damn, life is going downhill. I got fired from work, my wife left me, my car burned down, my mistress left me for someone else, and now some idiot just drank my poison.
The newly appointed commander of a military unit inspected his new domain. In the courtyard, he saw a soldier standing guard near a bench. What are you doing, soldier? Asked the colonel. I'm on duty, guarding the bench, replied the soldier. But why? I don't know, your predecessor introduced this post, and we've always been guarding this bench. I guess it's a tradition. Realizing that the situation was becoming unclear, the colonel decided to call his predecessor, especially since they were well acquainted. Hi, Jim, what's the deal with the post near the bench in the courtyard? To be honest, Mike, I don't even know what that post is for. Colonel Smith issued that order, and I simply continued the tradition. Still wanting to get to the bottom of the situation, Mike decided to continue the investigation and called further up the chain. As it turned out, the entire chain consisted of 6 people, and Mike eventually reached the last one, General Jones, who was already over 90 years old. Sir, this is Colonel Mike Thomas, and I was recently appointed as the commander of the military unit in Biloxi. There's a post that you established almost 50 years ago to guard a bench. Could you tell me the purpose of this?
I don't understand,
Replied the general.
so the paint on the bench still hasn't dried?
An 82-year-old man goes to the doctor.
I'm getting married again next week, doctor.
Oh, that's not bad. And how old is the bride? Asks the doctor.
18.
I must warn you that excessive activity in bed can have fatal consequences. Continues the doctor.
Okay, let her die. I'll get married again.
Woman walks into a pharmacy and asks, "What's better for my husband, Valerian drops or melatonin?" "What's the diagnosis?" asks pharmacy assistant. "Well, shoes for $2,000.